Are you looking for the best gaming motherboard? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best gaming motherboard on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. ASRock Z790 Nova. It's not the most powerful motherboard out there, nor the one with the most room for overclocking, but if we had to pick a baby bear option that's going to be just right for the most people, it would be the ASRock Z790 Nova. It's a little expensive, but not obscenely, and offers some decent specs across the board. The I/O plate comes with a healthy selection of ports, detailed in the specs table above, and is especially good in the audio department, coming with 2 analog ports, an SPDIF, and a Realtek ALC 4082 HD audio codec. In fact, when it comes to audio, we'd probably describe it more as high-tier rather than mid-tier. Its casing features some RGB lights too, which we're sure will be appealing to some readers. We would question the value of RGB lighting on a motherboard though, and we're sure some readers might find it garish. That small detail may be a matter of taste, but in every other respect, its appeal is pretty universal. Number 2. Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Hero. If you're looking for what we believe is the best Intel motherboard to pair with your shiny new 12th gen processor, look no further than the Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Hero. In addition to its 2 large LED screens, this ATX monster packs cutting-edge specs and bountiful expansion slots. As the best Z690 motherboard on the market, it can accommodate a crazy amount of NVMe storage with its 3 M.2 storage slots that can be expanded up to 5, with 2 Hyper M.2 add-in cards. Its I/O is stacked too, with 7 USB 3.2 Gen 2, 2 USB 2.0, and 2 Thunderbolt 4 USB Type-C ports. Don't forget its software offerings too, with programs like AI overclocking making it a breeze to squeeze every last drop of performance from your components. Yes, it's an expensive option, but if you want the best of the best, then this is the one to go for. If we had to criticize something, it'd be the hardwired Ethernet. At 2.5 gigabits per second LAN, it could be better, but hey, it's a very small thing. Number 3. MSI Pro B660M-A. This LGA 1700 Micro ATX motherboard from MSI is a solid choice for a budget or mid-range gaming PC build and is our personal pick for the best B660 motherboard. It comes with 2 M.2 slots for NVMe SSDs and a plethora of USB 3.0 ports. Despite its smaller footprint, you can fit up to 128 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM across 4 DIMM slots at a maximum frequency of 4800 MHz to boot. You'll miss out on any overclocking potential of the K-series Intel processors, but with the mighty Intel Core i5-12400 and its non-K ilk still offering serious gaming performance at stock speeds, meaning that's not too big an issue. The MSI Pro B660M-A is also a nicely proportioned board too, allowing you to drop it into a more svelte chassis than the larger ATX board standard. For the price, we'd have appreciated a broader selection of rear I/O ports, but to be honest, the overall selection should still be fine for most people. Just keep it in mind and think about how it would be positioned within your setup. Number 4. Gigabyte X570 Aorus Xtreme. If you're set on grabbing the best X570 motherboard for your system rather than waiting for the arrival of Zen 4 chipsets, the Gigabyte X570 Aorus Xtreme should be at the top of your list. Its price point may be as large as its EATX form factor, but it's filled to the brim with niceties you won't find on other models, though the PCIe port placements could be better. If you're hanging on to an older AMD Ryzen CPU, the Gigabyte X570 Aorus can be easily made to accommodate your aging chip via its QFlash Plus button. This allows you to upgrade its BIOS without inserting a processor into it. 10 gigabits Ethernet and passive chipset cooling are nice touches too. It'd take forever to highlight everything this motherboard has to offer, but you can find a full breakdown of key specs in the table above. Number 5. Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus. X570 and B550 boards are your best bet for running AMD Zen 3 CPUs, but even a budget X570 is a considerable investment. Yet the cheaper motherboards in the range today offer the best blend of performance, functionality, and affordability if you absolutely must have today's top tech. The Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi is the cheapest X570 motherboard we've tested, and as such that makes it the most cost-effective entry point into the PCIe 4.0 ecosystem. It will still set you back far more cash than what is required by previous AM4 TUF gaming motherboards, but the more than capable TUF board should see you through whatever your Ryzen CPU you have. Its only flaw is that it could use a few more ports.